The Knicks are set to take on the Philadelphia 76ers once again tonight. After being held to 73 points in our last meeting, tonight has to be considered a revenge matchup. And if you guys remember, during that match, we had Kelly Oubre and Donte DiVincenzo go through a little scuffle. And recently, Oubre spoke about that to the media, and he had a message to give Donte. We're going to break down exactly what he said and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. Kelly Oubre addresses Donte DiVincenzo and the scuffle that they had. So if you were watching the last game between the Sixers and the Knicks like I did, you guys do remember that key moment. Donte was on the floor. Oubre was over him, draping over him as he was on the floor. I don't know what happened, but it angered Donte to the point that he tried to get up and pulled Oubre to the ground. And after the game, Oubre spoke to the media and he addressed the situation. And here's what he had to say about the situation. And of course, Donte DiVincenzo. Roll it.
It's just frustrations. You know, this is a game of basketball. It's high energy. We're in the Garden. But I don't got no enemies in this league. And it was just funny. All of that stuff's funny to me. I don't know why. I just laugh because nobody finna fight. So at the end of the day, I'll see you Tuesday, bruv.
It's Tuesday, bruv. I guess you're going to see Donte DiVincenzo. So it wasn't nothing to you. It's funny to you. You're smiling. You're looking at the camera. You're winking. Donte, if you looked at him, he wasn't smiling. He wasn't winking. He was all business, and he was serious. You look like you're playing jokes. You're playing games. You're having a little bit of fun out there, but you're also trying to needle other people, trying to needle Donte DiVincenzo. And that's why you were laughing about it, because you knew you did something you weren't supposed to do. I hope you angered Donte DiVincenzo and awoken that beast, because when Donte is on, he is on fire. Literally one of the best shooters in the league right now from three. We know that because we see him do it on a nightly basis. And you want to talk trash to him? You want to do stuff against him, especially when he's on the floor. I get when you guys are at eye level, but when you're on the floor and then you're over him, that's just disrespectful. Let the man get up and do what he needs to do. Don't drape yourself over him and look like you're talking a little bit of trash to him as he's on the floor. That's not something you need to do. That's a little bit overboard in my opinion. And honestly, I have zero issue with what Donte DiVincenzo did to Kelly Oubre during that moment, because I would have been just as heated given that situation. If I'm down, I'm not playing well, and then I have somebody like Oubre standing over me, making me feel even worse, making me get even more mad. Yeah, I'm going to get like that. I'm going to respond because at the end of the day, I'm a competitor. Basketball is a game of competition. And if you're not playing at the absolute highest level, there's an issue. Donte plays like that each and every night. That's why when certain things happen during the game that seem unsportsmanlike, he is going to act out and he's going to do something about it. And that's exactly what he did. New York responds to disrespect. Remember that. New York responds even more to disrespect when you do it in MSG and the Garden. Don't do that. You want to continue laughing? Keep laughing. I hope Donte DiVincenzo shoots so many threes in your face tonight. I hope Jalen Brunson makes you so tired tonight that after the game, you need to take 50 ice baths. You do not deserve to continue smiling, winking, and looking into the camera. And you know what? Those days of you doing that are absolutely done. Tonight, the New York Knicks may get back OG Anunoby. If the Knicks get back OG, and then we have Jalen, and then we have Donte, Isaiah Hartenstein, and all of these key players, we are going to go out there, prove a point, make a statement, and get that victory that we should have gotten on Sunday back from the Sixers, because every single win matters right now. The Knicks need every single game. Seeding matters, where they are matters, and the games in the Eastern Conference are extremely close. If the Knicks drop a few games, they could become a play-in team. They need to lock in, they need to focus, and they need to win games. OG coming back is a great sign. But on the opposite end of that, Tyrese Maxey just cleared concussion protocols for the Sixers, so he's likely going to be back tonight as well, too. Either way, no excuses. The Knicks need to go out there, handle business, get the W, and move on to the next game. The schedule only gets tougher, and we still need more bodies, and we still need to get healthier as we move into the postseason. We're still waiting for a lot of things, but right now, it's clear. The focus is tonight against the Sixers. And Oubre, you just gave motivation to somebody you should have not given motivation to. Donte is about to splash so many threes in your face tonight, especially his friend in Jalen Brunson. Scott Perry, former GM of the New York Knicks, recently spoke out about what New York needs to do in order to have playoff success. Let's take a look at his quote and see exactly what he said about the New York Knicks. According to Scott Perry, and shout out to the New York basketball account on the app X for giving us the following information. This is what Perry said about the Knicks being injured and what they need to do once they return with all of these key players. If they have a minimum of, I'd say, 10 games of playing together in the regular season going into the playoffs, that also allows Burks and Bogdanovic to go ahead and figure out how they're going to fit in. And then Thibs got to figure out everything in terms of the minutes. Shout out to Scott Perry. I got to say, I don't disagree with him. I think the New York Knicks, in order to compete at a high level in the playoffs, to make a deep run, they're going to need games underneath their belt with the full roster there fully healthy. I'm talking about Randall. I'm talking about Mitchell Robinson. I'm talking about OG Anunoby. And I want to see how those guys play with Bojan and obviously Alec Burks, because that's going to matter come the playoffs. They need to build that chemistry together. Julius needs to know how it feels like to draw double teams down low and being able to pass it out to a Bojan Bogdanovic, to a Alec Burks, to a Donte DiVincenzo, to a Jalen Brunson. When's the last time Julius Randle has that many good shooters around him? I can't think of the last time the Knicks gave him a roster like that. That's why I think we owe it to the New York Knicks to be able to get back fully healthy and then hopefully have enough games to gain that chemistry. Because if Julius Randle learns how to abuse the inside-outside game, meaning he goes inside, he draws contact, so he can either go to the line, he gets an and one, or he draws a couple of doubles, maybe even a triple, passes it out of that, which he obviously does. He does that all season long. We've been seeing him do that. And then he finds an open shooter, and then that shooter makes that other team pay. It's going to make the entire game easier for Julius Randle moving forward, because once defenders know that they have to make sure that they stay with their man, they can't leave him, because if they leave him, they're leaving a great shooter. And if they're open, they're likely going to knock down that shot. That means more room in the paint open for Julius Randle to operate and work. More room in the paint for Jalen Brunson to operate and work. Anybody who's going to drive is going to benefit more just because the Knicks have all of these shooters around the perimeter and at the wing positions. And then you have Mitchell Robinson inside. Not only does he rebound the ball very well, but he cleans up the glass and he makes sure we get put back dunks. He also will be aggressive on offense if there's not a lot of people around him. And the Knicks now have so many shooters that the opposing team has to stick other players on them. That means more room in the paint to operate for our monster rebounder in Mitchell Robinson. Do you see where I'm going with this? The Knicks are going to make the game so much easier for them once they get healthy, because once they get healthy, they have the personnel to abuse these matchups and make sure they take advantage of the shooters. Let me repeat that line again, because for me, it's so important. Once the Knicks are healthy, they'll be able to take advantage of the shooters. That's what they need to do. At the end of the day, more than anything else, the Knicks need to utilize their weapons more effectively. They're not doing that because they're not fully healthy. Once they get fully healthy, those weapons will look like weapons. Right now, they look like BB guns. Nothing looks right, but they are actual snipers out there. You just can't see it because we haven't unlocked them yet. Wait till Mitch comes back. Wait till OG comes back. Wait till Julius comes back. Wait till we're fully healthy. And then watch what this team does. Watch how unlocked this team is. Watch how good this team looks, not only on defense, but also on offense. Also from a shooting perspective. Also what they can do down low inside the paint. They are going to be able to beat you in so many areas. I am so excited for this Knicks team and once they get healthy. because they have every single piece in their arsenal to make a deep playoff run. The only thing that's going to stop them is time. Really, time and opportunity. They need the opportunity to play a lot of games together during the regular season to gain that chemistry so they can get that deep playoff run. I can only hope and pray that Randall, Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and to an extent, Isaiah Hartenstein all get healthy fast and return for the New York Knicks in time so that way they can gain that chemistry. But what about you guys? What do you think about Kelly Oubre's comments directed to Donte DiVincenzo? And what about Scott Perry's comments over here regarding the New York Knicks and what they need in order to have playoff success? In his opinion, they need at least 10 games to gain that chemistry to make a deep playoff push. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.